Where are you going?
I'm going to milk my Gertie Gert for the last time this year. She's starting to dry up, and probably a good thing because she's hopefully bred. So we're going to leave all her energies going to raise a healthy, what do you call a baby goat?
Kid.
A healthy kid.
We're gonna have another kid.
We're gonna have another kid.
Or
Actually,
two.
hopefully we'll have 2 kids.
2 kids.
And a calf.
Or could be more, right?
That's right. Could be twins and twins.
Goats can be prolific. Kind of gray this morning.
Kind of gray.
Kind of yucky.
Hey, but it's what, 45, so it's not like freezing out
Yeah,
here.
it's not freezing.
Friday morning it's going to be like 20, so yeah, I'm kind of glad we're not
Right?
milking.
This is why you're
It's
not
so
milking.
chilly.
It's got nothing to do with Gertie. Or Sophie this morning too.
I know. Sophie!
So you seem to be going down pretty deep in there.
Yeah, I'm kind of scraping the bottom of the barrel this morning. Get my wipes ready.
Or
Right? Ready to see some rude goats?
morning, boys. No Gertie.
No, Sophie.
No Sophie, I mean. Hey, Gertie. Come on.
Go ahead, Gert. You go back
Come on, Gertie. Come on.
Come on, Gertie Gert. It's okay. Gertie's not used to having a camera on her.
Right.
Come on, Gertie. Here we go. Make sure we don't have any dirt down here. A little milk for Mo.
So what's the little milk for?
That's a discard milk in case any bacteria or anything are up there, but we give that to Mo. You gonna eat? What you doing? Huh? Thank you. They say if you can put foam in your milk, you're a good milker. If you make the milk foam.
Are you foaming it?
I am foaming it. Not quite enough in there to see.
Have you had practice?
Yeah, right? The first time I made, I could barely get anything out. It took us like 30 minutes to go.
Right.
Now it's like 5 minutes. And the first time it was like took 3 of us to corner them and then grab one by the collar, drag them in, and then physically put them up on the milking stand.
Hold her in place.
Yeah, hold her in place.
She's drinking her own milk.
She's like, wow, this is good stuff. I never knew this came. Maybe it's not a good thing. I wonder if they can milk themselves.
That's crazy.
Right?
Drinking her own milk. I guess we're not drinking that milk.
No, not this morning.
All right, that's the last of the milk, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Are you sad?
I am a little sad. I'm going to miss milking. It's kind of therapeutic. It's very zen.
Well, you'll zen it all in February.
Yeah, right? It'll be really cold and I'll be like, what the heck was I thinking?
And then March, you'll be doing a cow and 2 goats.
Mm-hmm.
All right, time to start back on these guys. I've got a leak here from the rim, and I've been told that that is because they fill the tires with a water anti-coolant mix so it doesn't freeze. Whatever it is nasty, and it rushed out the stem right there, the air stem where it goes in. So I've got it draining on this one. This is the nicer one looking one for sure. This was in the shop, but the problem with this one is 6 volt. So I'll probably work on them both at the same time. This one I wanted to get apart because the wheel's flat and I need to get those wheels off, and then I just started messing with it, and so now I've got it lots apart. This is the oil filter here. It's got an oil drain. I've already drained that and the oil from the pan. This piece goes to the radiator, but when they converted this one from 6 volt to 12 volt, you have to add an alternator right here, and they welded a bolt hole, a bunch of steel, so they could drill and tap for a support bracket, and that broke off. So I had to take that over to the bench and get that out. I did, luckily. You can see how rusted this thing is. So this thing will probably all have to come apart, the radiator and everything. And I will probably take out that bracket and the starter. And then next here, we're gonna take out this attachment piece right here. This goes on to the hydraulics, and this is for lifting and lowering the snowplow. So I'm going to go ahead and take that off too. So I can get to this because I'm gonna clean that and paint that, and then the distributor cap. You can see the cap is pretty bad. It was pretty nasty inside. See, that's supposed to make electrical contact right there. There's no way you're gonna do that. That's got junk all in it. So I labeled the spark plugs. The spark plugs got to be replaced too. I labeled the spark plugs, and the wires that went everywhere, got those all sitting right there. So get this piece from here to here done, and then we'll look at the back. Get the piece from here to here, get the motor going, and then we can worry about the rest of it. Interesting, we found somebody overheated this thing at one point, welded the head, and also cracked where the radiator goes right there, but it must not be leaking. I got the intake and the exhaust off yesterday, so now we are cleaning. I'm going to use air and little brushes and just going to clean. Not real exciting, but we're going to get it back looking good. We need to vacuum these out. I gotta clean this all up around these plugs before I pull these plugs out. Leave them in there till I get all that debris out of there. Ow! Plugs have been in there a long, long time. So you can see that there's a lot of, if you see the carbon all inside of it, and how the tip of it is all black and yucky. There's quite a bit of space. I don't know what it's supposed to be, but that one's really burnt off badly. So the space between that top piece and the middle, that's where the spark jumps. So if it's too far, the spark has to really work to jump. You can see the difference maybe between those two. So we'll replace these, but look how corroded these are. Ugh. So what we can do now, because there's no compression, we can turn the engine easily. Bring the piston, each one, to top dead center so nothing can fall in there. Ah, the pistons aren't turning. Engine's frozen. Yeah, those pistons aren't moving. Nope. That's not good. That's not good. Yeah, those pistons are supposed to be coming up and down and they're not, which means the crank's probably broken. Unless those are the valves I'm looking at. Well, we can see this really quickly here. So, is this 9/16 right there? This will be why he parked it. Well, now, the crank's moving. Is it that the pistons don't? That's weird. The valves are moving, but the pistons aren't. So what does that mean? It means you need to take the oil pan off and have a look. Something's wrong. Something's messed up in here. Boy, it's nice and clean in here, though. We'll pull the head off and see. So apparently video quit or something when I was working on this. At the point where I was worried that there was something wrong with the pistons, that the pistons weren't coming up. But I realized that, so I took the head off. And I realized that the way that head works is that the plugs don't actually go directly over the pistons, which is kind of strange. They go almost over the valves. So I couldn't see the valves moving. In fact, 4 of these valves were stuck. I think I've got them unstuck, and the pistons are fine. And it's nice and tight, and there's no movement at all in the pistons. So we're just going to run this a little bit more, just moving it a little bit more, make sure these valves are opening and closing. And we're going to put the head back on when we paint it and put it all back together. So it's kind of strange because you can see the valves moving, but it's kind of strange because they go... usually they alternate.
I don't know which are which. Which are valves?
Pistons. These are pistons. These are valves.
Okay.
So the way this works is, as the piston comes up, the valve will open. This is the exhaust valve. This is the intake valve. So what happens is, as the piston comes up on one stroke, the intake valve will open. And then as the piston goes down, it'll let the gasoline and air in. And then as the piston goes to the bottom, this valve closes. They're both closed. The piston comes up, compresses that gas and air. The spark plug fires. Boom, throws the piston down. That's what drives the shaft. And then on the next stroke up, the exhaust valve opens up and the exhaust goes out. So when you hear blah, 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 that's exhaust going out. And so then as it gets to the top, the intake valve opens and sucks the gas in again, and it goes, and all of them are doing that all of the time. So that's how an engine works. That's how a gasoline engine works. That's not how a diesel engine works, but that's how a gasoline engine works. So the valves have to seat well, which means they have to close right. The pistons can't be loose because otherwise the pressure would go around them and they wouldn't use that force to push the piston down. The spark plugs have to fire at the right time. Everything has to work right for it to run smoothly. The other tractor, you have to have enough gas getting in too. And I think with the other tractor that we had the little accident on, I think one of the problems with the power is that the carburetor is probably clogged a little bit, the jets. So we are going to clean that real well. In fact, I may put a new carburetor on that one just to see if that's the problem. So yeah, simple. So I've got it almost stripped all the way down now. Got the radiator off. Got almost everything off. Got the front wheels off. Got almost everything off. This is what goes right here is the one touch for the hydraulic system. I've got to rebuild that, put that on the other tractor. And then I'll take that one off and rebuild that one and put that one on here. But we are getting close to painting. I had to take a break and get some tools to help me paint and sand. So, and then I got a sandblaster, and to help me get the sandblaster running, I had to get a new compressor, a new old compressor, 1998 compressor, but I got a bigger, much bigger compressor, so I can now use some tools to keep sanding and cleaning this up and then paint. So, and the idea here now is to go ahead and I was trying to figure out how the mower mounted, and I've decided that this bracket right here that bolts right onto the wheels, this bracket, it actually mounts onto what's called the final drives. So this bracket used to have a pulley on that and a pulley on that, and I had a big pulley right here, a big, almost an 8-inch pulley right here. So the belt goes around the PTO, down under, and goes then around that pulley. So you can see the big belt there. It goes around that pulley and then back up the pulley and around again. So those pulleys are missing, those 3 pulleys. I found this pulley, a new one, for $100. And I am, I think I can go to Tractor Supply and buy 2. Those are just idler pulleys. I think I can buy 2 idler pulleys and get big enough bolts to go through and hold them up there, and they adjust up and down. So I'm going to take this bracket off, and because this tractor is working, I've got this tractor going pretty good. I fixed an electrical problem this morning. The batteries kept dying, and I finally figured out what it was. The alternator, the field wiring on the alternator was drawing current all the time. So I fixed that. So I'm going to take this blade off, this whole assembly. I'm going to take it off, and then I'm going to mount that bracket right here. So I take this piece off and then mount that bracket onto here and get this tractor ready. And then I have over there a front blade, a plow blade. I don't know if it's the same bracket or not, but we're going to put the plow on the front of this for snow. And yeah, that's what we're going to do. So let's get this one off here. We'll get this bracket off right now, and then we'll see where we go from there. Well, it's the day after Thanksgiving. We hope everybody had a good turkey day, and that you're not too overstuffed, and you enjoy your turkey sandwiches today. Turkey and dressing sandwiches, right? Not me, I'm a carnivore. But, so, it's cold. It's 21 outside, and it's going to be cold all week, probably wherever you are. So this is the days and the weeks I built the shop for, because I keep it 45 here, and it's pretty warm actually compared to outside. So this week project is inside, tractors and miscellaneous stuff that needs to be done inside. So we'll keep on doing that. We appreciate y'all watching. We hope you hit those like buttons and stuff. And if you have any questions, leave them down below, and we'll do our best to answer them. Thanks.